Memorial Day's here. I'm not a holiday person. Matter of fact, I hate all holidays, if I'm being honest, especially my birthday. But today, for one, we're gonna help you solve any blowout. If your dog poops black tar, especially if you're feeding raw, and this is only for raw or cooked food people, but specifically raw people, we're gonna show you a couple tricks to do to assist in tightening that poop back up. The other thing is we have venison, we have good old elk, we got that yak, and we have wild boar. And guess what I'm doing? I'm making burgers, steamed with a little twist. I'm saying steamed, smoked burgers and pork belly. So we'll be doing a little feeding, a little eating, a little cooking, a little teaching. Stay tuned. T-Fit here, Fit Bully TV. Like, subscribe, share. People keep taking care of those dogs. So we got the boar, we've got the venison, we got the yak, we got the elk, we got the good stuff. I learned the hard way. Let me make sure you understand why this is important. A lot of times we'll keep forcing stuff in our system that our body just does not like. My body, when I say love burgers, I'm a burger connoisseur. I have not had a good burger in so long. For the purposes beef kills me. I'm talking, if I'm being honest, hemorrhoids, that type of burger. And you go, man, I'm tired of, I can't go back to preparation H. That being said, you go, how do I eat a good burger without having problems? So what did I do? I start making lamb, and this isn't burgers to be clear. I started making lamb. I made venison, a venison rib rack. I made lamb grilled cheese sandwiches. And the more people I gave the food to, everyone had the same reaction when we used lamb shank. And so I used to, Jamarcus, I worked at a restaurant, and when people would eat half of the grilled cheese, this beef one, guess what? You couldn't get through the second piece because you're so inflamed. I can't eat steak. The beef hurts me too much. Well, the irony was, the more different wild meats I ate, AKA they call it game meat, the less frustration I had in my gut. So today, I'm testing literally every one of these burgers and seeing which one fares the best. The upside about being around me, because I used to be a chef, is that normally all the food is going to be good regardless. I just might not be able to eat it all. Everybody else is like, well, we appreciate you cooking, man. So while I'm investigating, repeat, investigating the things our dogs need, guess what? I'm in a state of investigation as well with my own quality of life, because longevity is key. I don't eat excessive amounts of meat. I only eat one time a day. And I too have my frustration as far as the bathroom goes. The funny thing is we only focus on our dog's poop a lot of times because it's expressed in grass or in our home. They don't necessarily have a toilet to go to. But imagine if your dog went to the bathroom in the toilet, you would never know if it was hurting or not. Because like some of y'all hurting, but still keep going back and eating that same garbage. And we just can't keep doing that to ourselves. So we're gonna convert. And let me not use the word convert, but we're going to start walking you down a road of taking care of yourself, things that you might be interested in, and trying new things, to be clear, so that you can live long and live well as well. So you see all the prep and stuff. I love flavor, I love seasoning, I love sauce. Demarcus makes some good drinks, so we'll have a little segment here where he's showing you what type of drinks go best with a burger. I'm guessing if I was him, and I'm sure if you're out there and you've had a few drinks before, an old fashioned is never a bad. Ooh, the vinegar. And that's about to smoke me out. Jeez. That's not even acting, people. That's, you know how you cough so hard the back of your trap so your neck tighten up. That's what it felt. It felt like everything was tightening up. Like, so we'll season some of those vegetables. We're going to make the burgers. I'm going to show you that presented. I got that pork belly that I'm about to put back on there for another 2 hours. It's going to smoke and braise. Look at that there, though. That's onion. That's red onion. Red onion oftentimes is good because it does what? It gives you the pepper effect. Yellow and a lot of the white, well, yellows primarily, they caramelize, so you can literally turn those things into sugar. Mushrooms are always meaty. I personally love mushrooms. I know some people don't. And jalapenos. I'm a guy who likes spice, but I don't want to over spice. So if you cut and chop jalapenos in and cook them down, guess what? You end up getting some good stuff. AKA just a little bite to it. in Kansas City, where we're from, I thought about cheeses today. I hadn't thought about cheeses in a while. And I thought to myself, man, you know, a good cheddar used to go a long way. And I said, let me get that cheddar, but I love pepper jack as well. So we're gonna show you some smoked pork belly tacos, what that looks like. We're gonna show you our reactions to the burgers and what that looks like. And then we're gonna talk about what to give your dog when it has some digestive problems, especially for those people who are feeding raw people. Stay tuned, take care of your dogs. So how long do you think pork belly has to cook? Look at that pork belly there. That thing is getting, it's marble, it's getting good. It's getting good. It's been properly seasoned in 11 minutes, and I can take it out now. I'm literally going to wrap it, and then it's got to go on here for about 2 more hours. While this thing is wrapping, this right here is a cast iron top. And some people like grill marks in a burger. Instead, what I'm going to do is grill them burgers and make a smash burger. So you always roll your burger up after you seasoned it. Remember, season your meat. And you turn around and you smash it on there. And I'm going to try boar. I'm going to try the boar. Try the venison. I'm really interested in the venison. The elk's going to be interesting. And I think, what's the last one? Oh, yak. Yakety yak, don't call back. But with this pork belly, I'm gonna chop it down and make a few pork belly tacos. What you do is you make a little slaw. And you know, unfortunately, I don't even know what I got all this stuff for, but I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. You make a little slaw with the pork belly and then turn it into a taco. And then you know what else you do? You make pork belly beans. And when the last time you had some pork belly beans? Or some fried chicharron. You can chicharrone with pork belly. I'm telling you, it's 4 or 5 different ways you can prepare this stuff to make things a little bit more interesting. And then there's a couple ways I'm gonna top it off, even with some Manuka honey, because pork renders, well, it reads sweet. Everything about pork normally is sweet, sweet, sweet. You're like, oh, that's so good. Stay tuned, people. We're gonna get into some cooking, some food prep, meaning just enjoying the day as everything is moving a little bit slower on the holidays. And then I repeat, I'm gonna show exactly what I would do and what I have to do when Cha-Cha specifically has those runny runs and makes me get up in the morning and have to clean her cage because there's nothing but tar in there and it's sticky. And right there, people, here's a secret. Not a secret. I used to work at Culver's when I was a kid, and the owner of the Culver's in Kansas City, Matt, he used to make me my burgers a lot of times. And he said, Trevor, how you want the burger today? I said, man, if you don't mind, could you put onions at the top part of the meat and mushrooms in the other part of the meat? So when he did that for me, I say, man, how did you make it taste so good? And they're the first people I learned about a smash burger from. So I'm basically making my own version of a butter burger deluxe from Culver's. And again, I'm gonna put this in there in a little bit just because we're cooking a little bacon, making little beans. Now this is how you make a burger. You got beans, greens, tomatoes, onions, mushroom, bacon, and we've got 2 forms of cheese. And I'm about to smoke the burger. And if I want to, which I probably will, make a little slaw to go with it. But that's actually for the pork. But why not? So we'll see. Stay tuned, and this is gonna get better. Again, we've got the boar burger. We've got that venison burger. See, that thing's always tight. We've got the elk burger. I think this is actually the boar one. So we got yak, boar, and elk. I want to smoke them things for about an hour. What I'm going to do different though is I'm going to use the cast iron skillet and sear them off and cook them a little bit longer there. So stay tuned. So I'm about to sear these burgers off. Jamarcus is about to tell you what kind of drink goes good. I love cast iron skillet. What kind of drink goes good with some burgers? Now, mind you, this is too hot. I don't even want it that hot. But I knew that was going to happen too. But, anywho, Marcus, what's the best drink to put with
mind you, earlier he mentioned something about old fashioned. Yes, old fashioned usually go great at everything, but I mean, think about it. It's Memorial Day weekend, it's hot out. You don't want to be just drinking some bourbon and then burning at the same time, right? So it'll make you sweat even more, especially if you're eating a burger and then you drink bourbon on top of it. It almost actually gets uncomfortable, if anything. So you want something refreshing that's going to complement a burger. So in this case, I'm gonna do a little take on a Moscow meal per se, but this one's going to be basically a Mexican meal I'm gonna add some other components into it that's gonna sweeten it up too as well, but still give you that good, refreshing flavor, and then always meant to make you go back to take another bite of your burger.
Boom. So as you just heard, and I learned me something new too. Don't get no drink after you've been out in the sun cooking all day that's gonna only raise the temperature and have you hostile. Hostility is not the answer. Today, as some say, I don't want to choose violence. So he's gonna make the drink. I'm gonna finish off these burgers. Then we're gonna talk a little bit about what, again, to give the dog. So you can stop that dog from doing what? Having some digestive issues or hard stool. Or the stool actually is not, believe it or not, it's like tar coming out of there. And you know how hard it is to push tar out your butt? Some of y'all do. Some of y'all know what it's like when you're trying to get everything, give it everything you got, and it's still stuck. And when your dog sits in that squatted position for about 2 minutes and all their muscles are contracting, that's stress, man. Nobody got time for that. So stay tuned, take care of your dog, people.
All right, so anytime you're building a drink, you always want to start with your mixers first. You don't want to do your alcohol first. Reason being, if you're doing your mixers first, if you make a mistake on your balances, you can always start from scratch. But if you already start with the alcohol and then you start adding your agave, your lime, all this and that, then what happens if you mess up? I mean, technically you don't mess, you still got to drink it, but it's not going to be the flavors you want. So right here, for this version of Moscow Mule, just like you guys know, Moscow Mule is typically fresh lime, ginger beer, and vodka. That's traditional. Like I said, we're going to do our take on a Mexican mule. So I'm doing fresh lime. I'm going to do 0.75 of agave. And then I want to add a little bit more to this than just the typical ginger beer. I want to add some blackberry cassis, or basically like a blackberry liqueur, just to give it a little added flavor. And I'll do 0.75 of that. Then you'll do your tequila. This, I'm gonna do a solid 2 ounces. Drop that in there. And then after that, add your ice. I'm gonna shake and mix this first. And normally, in a normal Moscow Mule, you just fill this in the copper mug. But in this case, I'm shaking this, then I'm gonna top it with the ginger beer. Now, this here, fresh glass. Get a little bit more ice here. And that's what you'll get. Top with 3 ounces of ginger beer. Cut yourself a nice little lime wheel or wedge, whatever you prefer, depending on where you're at when you're making this, for a garnish. And there you go. And this will go greatly with that burger because, once again, you're not going to overheat yourself. It's going to be nice and refreshing. Just like when you're eating a burger, you want to take a sip of your soda, root beer, things like that. That's going to do the exact same thing. So stay tuned, people.
So I put that good sear on the burger. We've got onions, jalapeno, little mushrooms. Again, these ain't for everybody. And I do mean that literally, but also I know some people don't like mushrooms and stuff. I am a mushroom onion fanatic, and I don't personally think you can eat enough of them. So I always put, I just want a little dab would do you. I'm gonna chop some tomatoes down here in a second, but we've got our venison burger. We've got some cheese, we've added our bacon. I'm gonna add a few more things, but I'll go ahead and look at that right there. Now that's gorgeous. Now you guys are gonna be like, dang, this Ed Bully TV done turned into a cooking show. What I'm telling you is some people ask me, hey man, what do you do to take care of yourself? I take just as much, I won't even say pride, but I take just as much interest, especially right now. And I'll be clear and say it wasn't always this way, people. I got lazy, I got careless. I stopped taking care of myself, that's the truth. And I really put a huge emphasis on the business. But guess what? The dogs are like kids, right? Let's say, I don't have kids, but let's say you got a 15-year-old. Matter of fact, say you got a 3-year-old. 3-year-old requires a certain level of energy, right? Now, when he becomes 15, it's like y'all got 15-year-olds, they require less energy. but it's more energy in a different way. So the 3-year-old might require everything you got, because you got to watch every 5 seconds where that joker's at, what it's doing, etc., etc. The 15-year-old, he want to go play and play sports and all this other stuff. So our kids, if we would call them that, they're turning into them teenagers, and them teenagers, they play a little rougher, they hit a little harder, they need a little bit more time and focus and energy. They need a lot more of your love and just your effort in general. So I repeat, where I was like, yo, Tron's 90 pounds now. Tron at 60 pounds is lightweight. Tron at 90 pounds is the devil on you. He's the devil. And you know what's crazy? You can't pull a 90-pound dog up off of you. In our case, that's a problem. So I start solving my own problems literally by taking an interest in taking care of my health just as much. And I repeat, I'm a chef. I know how to do better. I know how to be better. I know how to I just know how to do the right things. And I was failing miserably. Only myself. So we put it into that. And here we are. Back on, as some would call it, the grind, or as drinking would say, more life. So Jamarcus, we both come from a space where we like to have a good time. The other part is what better time to share with people the one thing that connects us all, and that's food. That's straight up food, people. I love brioche bread for my burgers. Again, we've got bacon. We've got the onions already on there. I'm going to chop down this tomato 2 more times, and all 4 of these burgers are for me. Now this is the one meal I'm eating today, to be clear. And so I always make sure, as they would say in Mortal Kombat, it is superb. I'm not really a lechuga fan, aka lettuce, but I like that freshness. I believe all meals should have something savory, something fresh, something acidic, and of course, plenty of flavor. I'm adding this, and the byproduct of me making all this food is everyone else gets to eat. Now let's stop real quick and taste our refresher, and I tell you, it's refreshing. You get a little extra. You say, oh, is that what we're doing? Perfect. That's just what the doctor ordered. I'm going to add pickles, ketchup, and ranch to a few of these things, and I'm going to let you know at the end how this was. And again, coming up, what do you do for a dog that's butt is running red? Well, not red or black. We'll just say black for now. Take care of your dogs, people. Guys, so look here. This is when the meat's this good. You get on one knee. You investigate. You throw the head back a little bit. Make sure you can see it. Now, you hear that? I love that sound right there. A good knife. It sings, boy. It's a little song is gonna play. Now, this right here is a pork belly that's been cooking for 6 hours. I'm gonna throw some in our beans. And then I'm just going to show you what it should look like. Now, when you cook pork correctly, especially when the fat needs to be fat up when you're doing pork belly, you'll see this thing. When I say glisten, I do mean glisten. And when you cut it, the juices should run. And I let it rest for roughly 1 hour. And that right there, people, good Lord. And you know what you do? You apply your knife a little bit. Oh, my God. And then look. Look, see, that's the meat that's been cooked. That's a smoke ring right there. Then you just try it. Two ways to cook pork belly. Sometimes you add flavor. I didn't do a lot of flavor this time because I'm going to add it to some stuff and I'm going to deep fry it. But I wanted to cook the meat correctly. And that's been cooked correctly. Stay tuned, because up next, we'll bring Cha-Cha out and walk you through what you do when your dog is pooping liquid black, not liquid gold. Cha-Cha. Now guys, you see Cha-Cha's paws? Come show on the paws. That's doo-doo on her paws, just so we're clear. That is poop at its finest, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give her a bath. Now, here's what happened. She gets the food she had last night. I put no bone in there. What ends up happening is Cha-Cha turns to have a liquid reaction. When you know that dog got doodle, you're like, oh, don't put no doodle in my eyes. She has a liquid reaction to anything that upsets her stomach. Her stomach's kind of sensitive. And right now her skin has gotten oily. She's got boo-boo under her chin. You gotta protect her. So what I'm gonna do is show you what I would do. If you're feeding raw food, two things you can do. Cook some oats. Give them 1 cup of oats. Oats will assist in doing what? Bulking the stool, alleviating some of the stress on the GI. And second, what does bone do? Bone also acts as a solidifier, if you would. So I've got here, and all the dogs tonight. Cha-cha. Sit. Hey. Slow. Slow. We gotta watch it. We gotta train her a little bit. Cha-cha. Let us head in more. Now she's a snapping dragon. Good girl. Good girl. She's like, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? Look at it. You're gonna bite my rag. I ain't got no more. But look at her. Cha-cha, come here. Look at this here, people. Come here, girl. There's boo-boo all on her chest. I gotta clean all that up. And now, mind you, she turned around and, hey. That's when you're like, please get the doo-doo off me. Look, it's all gone, you ate it. Then 3 wings for 1. The bone is gonna help again. It provides satiety. You know what that means? In the wilderness, when a wolf cannot find by way of hunting prey, what you end up doing is literally letting the wolf will go back to carcasses as old as 3 months, and they'll eat the bone, which will keep them what? Satiated. Satiated means not starving, not dying from hunger. In this case, when our dogs have a rough night after they've eaten some stuff that maybe disagreed with them, I'll up the bone, and the bone will be the only thing they eat the next day. From my experience, it's helped. She ate those 3 bones. That's all she will get until tomorrow. Tomorrow, if you're interested, I will show you what her poop looks like or look like after giving her the 3 bones. Again, when she pooped this morning, I got there, cage was blue-black, and it was poop all over her. I mean, you saw it firsthand. Guys, thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Please take care of your dog. Don't overthink it. Pace yourself. It is a journey. I appreciate you guys for following our journey. And stay tuned, because I'm going to continue to show you some tricks on how to live your life or take care of yourself and take care of your dog, all right? Thanks for watching, people.